So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, Liam Smith Chris Eubank does a number on Liam Smith in a very, very one-sided whooping. Eubank gets revenge after being flattened in his last fight. Horrendous performance by Liam Smith. I don't know what was going off. I think they say that he had an ankle injury. But his performance was, it was difficult. That was a difficult watch, to be honest. I mean, very one-sided fight. Very, very, like, Liam Smith didn't throw a punch. He hardly threw any punches. Didn't look threatening at all. Eubank walked all over him. I think it's fair to say that both of these guys are fringe world-class, in the sense that I don't think either of them are world-class. But I think they're both solid fringe world-level operators. I don't think either of them probably beat the top guys in that 160 or 154. Obviously, Eubank can't fight at 154. But I mean, in his weight divisions, if he moves up to 168 or one stays at 160, I don't think he beats any of the top guys. Even though the 160 division isn't that strong, so he may be able to beat a Janabek or I don't think he beats Janabek. You know, and who's the other champions? I mean, I don't think Eubank beats the champions, unfortunately. And Smith, again, he looked old. He looked like a guy that probably needs to retire. I think Smith needed to win because I think there were some fights out there for Smith, like Brooke, Ben, but I don't really think those fights now are going to happen, because I think Smith would have lost. They could still happen, but I think Smith would have lost a lot of credibility in that performance, and I don't know whether anyone would be that interested in fighting him now. I think that after beating Eubank, Smith was hot topic. He was hot news. But unfortunately, after that performance, I think you would say that performance from Eubank wiped out everything Smith did in that first fight, just because it was quite conclusive. And it was, he got a beat down. He got beat up. Smith did. So, look, I've never been that high on Smith. I think he's a good, solid fighter, good, solid operator, fringe world level kind of fighter. And he won a world title. It's funny though, but what I would say is keep the same energy, because when Eubank got beat, everyone was saying Eubank's average, he's rubbish, this, that, the other. But now Eubank's just totally outclassed Smith. So let's keep the same energy about Smith. They're both similar. I mean, they're both similar level. At this point, I would say Eubank's probably got a slightly better resume. Because Smith's resume, his best win prior to beating Eubank was probably a Jesse Vargas. And Vargas was a blown up light welter. You know, so that was hardly, and that was a washed up Jesse Vargas, you know. So apart from that, who at 154, a solid 154, has he beaten? I don't think he's beaten anyone of note, really, you know. So let's keep the same energy. You know, the way Eubank got criticized for the fight the first time, let's keep the same energy. Look, I think Smith's a good, solid operator. I think Eubank's a good, solid operator. I just don't think either of them win world titles in their weight division. Now, people say, well, Liam Smith did. Okay, but he beat a guy that, in my opinion, wasn't world class as well. You know, but I don't think he beats any of the current 154 top fighters. He certainly doesn't beat Castano. He doesn't beat Charlo, right? And even someone like Tszyu might beat him. So I don't know what Liam Smith does now. I think Liam Smith's at the stage of his career now where he's looking for those paydays, really. He's looking for those paydays. He's lost, 4 times? Canelo, Munguia, Eubank, and Kurbanov. So it's probably time now to see if he can get 1 or 2 more paydays and then see off into the sunset. Because to be brutally honest with you, I don't think him fighting for world titles or going on, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he can become world champion at 160 or 154. So at the stage he is in his career, it's time to cash in, see if he can get fights with Brooke, or see if he can get fights with Conor Benn or, guys like that and just cash in. I don't know whether they'd be interested in him now, though. I think Eubank, then people will be interested in him because Eubank just beat Liam Smith in quite a conclusive fashion. We could see how happy Calais Salon was after that, because he probably knows that now there's going to be some big fights that could potentially be made. But to be honest, I don't want to see Eubank be fighting Kell Brook or a Conor Benn. I don't want to see that. I want to see Eubank go and try to fulfill and become a world champion. Go on and try become world champion. Why are you fighting Kell Brook or Conor Benn? That's just rubbish. We don't want to see that. I mean, firstly, their guy is way smaller than you. Go and win a world title. Fair enough, if he had won a world title and then he was doing that, I can understand. But don't fight guys now that are smaller than you, and no one wants to see how good you are. Want to see if you can win a world title. Look, Liam Smith, even though Liam Smith, like I said, I don't think he's world class, he won a world title. Yeah, okay, people could say, well, the guy he beat wasn't that great, whatever. But he won a world title. Legitimate one. Not an IBO. So Eubank needs to do the same. Billy Joe won world titles. So Eubank needs to do the same. So then people can say, yes, I'm a legitimate world champion. Because people say, oh, well, Eubank's not a world champion. He's never been a world champion. Eubank could have easily been a world champion. If he fought the guy that Billy Joe Saunders fought in 165, Shifat Sasufi or whatever, Tatufi or Sufi or whatever his name was, yeah, do you think Eubank won't beat him? Eubank would have destroyed him. So this is a point I'm trying to make, that sometimes Eubank's been a fighter, in my opinion, that's just been looking for paydays and he likes what comes with it, the fame, etc. But you need to win a world title. You need to go and try win a world title to justify, to say that, yes, I'm a world champion, a legitimate world champion. And he has got ability. It's not like look, I don't think he's world class, but he has got some ability. He can become a world champion. If faces the right opponent, he can become a world champion. That's what I'm saying. Janibek, maybe that's a fight that he needs to... Look, I would probably make Janibek favourite. But, Eubank's got a chance in that fight. He has got a chance. So, look, he needs to fight those guys. Eubank is a decent fighter. He's a decent fighter. He's not no world beater, but he's a decent fighter. Matched against the right opponent, he can do well. What happened to him and the fact that he got flattened against Smith the first time was, I don't know what happened there, because that was shocking to me, because you don't expect someone like Eubank, who's quite tough, against a 154-pounder who's not really known for being a big puncher, flatten him like that. Something was off. Either he didn't take that fight seriously, or he just got caught. It can happen. He just got caught by Smith, who caught him with a good shot. But Smith was shocking in this fight. I mean, I don't know what Smith was playing at, to be honest. If he had an injury, whatever, I mean, it was still poor. It was still very poor. I didn't understand the performance. Very disjointed. And yeah, let's see what happens. I don't know what happens for either guy. For Smith, probably he contemplates retirement, or he gets one or two more big paydays. But I don't know who he's going to get it against, because who's going to fight Liam Smith now? I don't know. But yeah, good performance by Eubank. Let's see what Eubank goes on. Maybe Eubank Golovkin. That'd be a good fight, because Golovkin might be interested in that, because that'd be a payday for Golovkin. I'd still make Golovkin favourite. To be honest, since Golovkin fought Canelo, we haven't heard from him. Well, we haven't heard, where's he gone? We know he vacated his titles, probably because Golovkin doesn't want to, he doesn't want to, if he's going to fight, he wants to fight on his own terms. And it's probably just about for a few paydays for him now, But he hasn't, I don't know if Golovkin ain't announced his retirement, so I assume that he's still interested in fighting. But again, I think it's just about the money and the paydays that he'll be interested. Who knows? He might be looking for that Saudi money. So yeah, what did you guys think of the Eubank's performance? Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.